Hello, my name is Shanita Jones, and I'm a licensed professional counselor with a private practice by the name of Healing Hearts Counseling Service. And I just wanted to come tonight to be able to drop some nuggets to provide some encouragement for parents who are homeschooling children that are classified as ADHD. Just giving you just a little bit of information that can help them be able to be more successful as they're at home learning. So let me look at my notes. First of all, to the parents, I just want you to woosah. Just because you got it. You're going to be able to do it. You're going to be able to help your children out, help them be successful. Um, you can do this. You have the strength to do this. So embrace it. The word says you can do all things through Christ that strengthens you, and He will give you the strength in order for this to be successful. So let's just step into some things to look at. For one, parents, please make sure you are taking care of you, that you're doing self care, something that you can do to help you be able to relax, to be able to take care of your anxiety that you possibly may have, your stress. Working from home and being able to help your children be successful in school can be stressful. So take time to find ways daily that you are able to take care of yourself. So, first and foremost, routine. Create a daily routine. ADHD people need to have structure, they need to have constant routine. So, create a routine in your children's lives, a routine of what time you're going to wake up, still have them do a morning routine, still have them do breakfast. Then there's an educational block, maybe a chore block, maybe a physical activity block, something of that nature, lunch, and then moving on into, of course, evening time, dinner, relaxation time. Um, there could be screen time, and then a scheduled time for them to go to bed and to have a routine at night. It is very important for them to be able to have at least 8 to 10, if not 12 hours, depending on the age of your child, of sleep, to be able to still eat and to drink, be hydrated. Because without those things, your baby will not learn and don't even try to learn because they're missing the essential need that they need to feel safe and to be secure to be able to learn. So, look at to do a routine, not a rigid routine, but a routine. And something that I am going to do is try to attach an article that talks about a schedule for you to use with your kids. It's just a suggested schedule, but if you have teenagers, kind of talk with them. If you have a spouse or a partner at home, you got to work together and tag teams. So you guys figure out what's going to be the best schedule for you. So let's talk about that educational block. That educational block for ADHD kids should include the more challenging subjects in the morning time. So the math, maybe language arts, those subjects, those need to be in the morning time for them. Then that educational block, depending on if you're dealing with younger children or elementary children, could be about 25 minutes, maybe 45, but probably closer to 25 to 30. And then for your older children, they're in their 30 to 45 minutes. Then you have to take a break. You have to take a 10 or 15-minute break to give them the opportunity to stretch, move around, do some form of movement. Um, some people do timers so they can time both, either or, so people will know. But incorporate that when you're doing your educational block. Just maybe do several small blocks, is what you're going to have to do to help them out. Be open to um, using other things for education. Be open to podcasts, be open to videos, be open to utilize video games, be open to other things that are interactive. ADHD kids get bored. And so I know a lot of schools are utilizing packets. And so with those packets, you can only do probably 1 to 3 with ADHD kids. Some of them that's 1 to 3 a day. Some of them, though, that's 1 and 3 each setting. And so you know your child, so you know what they're capable of doing. What you have to look into is the emotional possible breakdown that could come with that. And so if your baby is starting to cry, you can see the anxiousness coming. If you can see them being irritable or angry, then enough is enough at that time and point. Give them an opportunity to go do some form of regulating. And thinking of regulation, PE time. Physical activity is a must with ADHD kids. They gotta be able to go, if you can, outside to run, to walk, to skip, to jump, those kind of things, to be able to have physical activity, to be able to move around and get some form of regulation for them. If not, try to find something at the house you can utilize. Um, if you have like a Wii and be able to use their exercise module, that's a great way to still exercise, or come up with some kind of creative way to be able to do a obstacle course or something in your house, especially since it's cooler. But you can utilize different things I see out on the internet, like people doing hopscotch and twirling and twisting and jumping. That definitely is something that's needed. Or just take the time. That could be a part of your self care. Take the time as a family just to walk around the block. While you do that, do a scavenger hunt, do some form of science, do some form of history. Utilize that time to really kind of come together and do form of collaboration, talking to each other, talking about what's going on and what's happening, those kind of things. So yes, physical education is very important. Please make sure you include that in your routine schedule as you're working with your kids. Different locations to be able to do their work in. So it doesn't have to be just sitting at the table, especially with younger children. If you could do like a little reading session with pillows or with a bean bag, that would be great. Be at the table for math. And some other writing as far as language, art, things of that nature, those kind of things. Teens, preteens, you're a little more lenient about how they want to have their different areas of work. We just would suggest that you don't utilize their room. Don't utilize the room that they use for relaxation and lounging to be also the same room that they use to for education. So have them be in another room. If you have 2 stories, make sure they stay on the lower level for the day. And then in the evening time, they can go upstairs and go into their room. So try to find them other places besides their bedroom that they can do their studies in their study time. Also, with ADHD kids, you have to be clear with what your outcomes are. What are you expecting from them daily? If you have chores that you include in your routine schedule, which I suggest, then what's the outcome from that? If you, in your educational pods that you have, what's the outcome from that? What's the outcome as far as if you're going to do screen time, things like that? Make sure that's very clear with them so that they know what you're expecting for them and that what they're supposed to do. Make sure you give them those outcomes and give them to them daily. Social interaction, that's so important. They are so used to being able to go in and see their peers, interact with them. They've been doing different things at school where they are interacting with each other, like the younger children are doing circle time and doing centers, and then teens are doing projects together. So find a way that they can virtually still be able to have social interaction. Maybe having story time and they're reading stories with each other. If you have teens, maybe they're going over chapters from school and being able to talk about those chapters and ask questions about those chapters, things of that nature. But still try to find at least once a week the opportunity for them to do some form of virtual social interaction. That is just so important. And then for you parents that are working from home, please make sure you put into the schedule like a concentration time or a quiet time so that you will be able to do those critical things that you need to do from home, and that you'll still be able to be successful as well. Um, I believe really that's it. I just wanted to quickly come on and share. Of course, I could talk on and on in detail, and I am going to put into the post a URL address for a webinar that talks about um, working with kids at home that are ADHD that you can go out and look at. That's free. I'm also going to try to attach an article that talks about putting a routine in and has a sample routine in there and trying to provide resources to you. I will be coming on occasionally and trying to deal with other areas. I know anxiety, low self esteem, depression, some of those things have become so prevalent, especially while we're in this time of the pandemic. And so, want to be able to give parents some insight of some things that they could do as they help their children, especially as you're staying at home and staying inside and keeping yourself safe and secure. So, take the opportunity to really be creative at this time, to do what you feel is going to be best for your child to be successful, to be able to finish out the school year. I know you're going to be awesome. I know you already got it. Matter of fact, you probably already knew some of that stuff I already told you and probably already had it in place. It was just a reminder and just an encouragement to let you know that you can do it and that you are going to be successful along with your child. Once again, I am Shanita Jones. I am a licensed professional counselor. I have my own private practice of Healing Hearts Counseling Service. You can find us on Facebook at Healing Hearts Counseling Service, or you can find me on Instagram at Healing Hearts Counseling Service. If you need me, DM me with a question, and I'll do my best to try to answer. Thank you.